Hello, this is Jamie from Creations Misfit, and today I'm going to show you how to make these Boobie Koozies or Cozies. Now, before anybody gets upset, I just want to say that I have made, donated, and sold more of these to cancer centers, breast cancer awareness foundations, churches that are collecting money for breast cancer survivors. In October, when they do Breast Cancer Awareness Month and all the walks and everything, I've donated a bunch of them to those ladies, and a lot of them have purchased from me as well in bulk. So I just want to say this doesn't have to be something that, I mean, maybe it's not for everybody, and that's fine, but I do want to let you know that a lot of people with breast cancer have also purchased, or I've donated to them where they've just wanted me to make one breast on here instead of two to represent themselves, or make one smaller and one larger. So this isn't just a dirty thing that I'm making. Yes, I've sold to a ton of bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, people that want it as a gag gift as well, but there are different reasons for it. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out because I know it's not for everybody, which is fine. You don't have to make it. I just thought I would put it out there for whoever did want to make it. So, with that being said, this is the Boobie Koozie or Cozy. I usually make them in three different colors. I do a light color, a dark, and then like a medium tan color, but you can do whatever color you'd like. So, what you will need is some size 4 yarn. I use cotton for these most of the time. This is a cotton, this is cotton, and this one is, I think it's a cotton blend. It's like comfy cotton from Lion Brand. So you'll need one color for your regular cozy, and then you'll need just a little bit of pink for the nipple area. And I think I used maybe about 60 yards, something like that. I never really measured, but I would say it was somewhere around 60 yards. And then you will need a size 5 millimeter hook, a yarn needle to sew in your ends, a pair of scissors, and just a little bit of stuffing to stuff both sides. Okay, so, and these stretch really nice. I wanted to show you that it fits on a can, it fits a bottle. Let me get this bottle in here. This will even go around, yeah, see, it fits a bottle nicely. It will go around Gatorade bottles even. It has a good stretch to it. I got it around the Snapple bottle as well, so it's pretty versatile. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. You're going to start with the body color and your 5 millimeter hook. Okay, and we're going to start with a magic circle. And if you're not familiar with how to do this, I will put in the description box, I'll put a link to a longer video showing you how to do the magic circle. But it's really easy if you do it this way. Just go ahead and put it over your fingers on the back like this and wrap around. And you're going to want to make an X over your fingers like this on the front side. And then go under this first piece of yarn and go over the second and just pull up and turn your hook a little bit. And that's your magic circle, and we're going to chain one from there. So I just go under this one again to do my chain. And that way it just stays a little bit tighter. And then you can pull it off your hands and you have a circle here. And you can pull this string at any time, this loose string, at any time to tighten it up a little bit. But you want to leave a little bit of a circle so that we can crochet inside of there. Okay, and from here we are going to do 10 half double crochet inside the circle. So just go ahead and do your 10. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just going inside that circle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you'll want to close up the circle. So to do that, you just pull on this little piece of string that was left over. Pull it tight, and it should close your circle nicely. And we are going to slip stitch into the very first stitch. Now you may want to count your stitches around because sometimes that first chain looks like a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm going to slip stitch into the first half double that we made. And you should have a little circle. Okay, for the next round, we're going to chain up 1, and we're going to do 2 half double crochet in every stitch around. So I go into the second stitch, not this very first one where our chain is. I go into the next stitch, and I'm going to do a half double crochet, and then I'm going to go back into that same stitch and do 1 more half double crochet. And then we're going to do the same thing all the way around. 2 half double crochet in every stitch around. So you can pause the video and do yours, and I'll do mine, and at the end of this round we should have 20 half double crochets. Okay, and at the end of the round you're going to slip stitch to the very first half double crochet again. Make sure that you're counting so that you know you have the right stitch count. And if this gets loose at all, you can always pull that string again to tighten it up. Okay, so for round 3, we're going to chain up 1, and we're going to do it not in that same one where the chain is, but the next stitch. We're going to do 1 half double crochet, and then in the stitch after that, we're going to do 2 half double crochet. And that will be your repeat pattern all the way around. In the next stitch, you'll do 1 half double crochet, and then we'll increase in the next one and do 2 half double crochet in that same stitch. Okay, so you can pause the video and do yours all the way around, and at the end of round 3 you will have 30 stitches. And at the end of this round we're going to slip stitch to the first half double crochet, and we should have a bottom that looks like this. Now it might look small. This is the whole bottom we're going to start working up now, but it, like I said, it stretches and it will be plenty for your beverage. Okay, so from here we are going to go on to round 4, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do half double crochets all the way around, but we're going to go in the back loop only. So if you're unfamiliar with working in the back loop, normally in a stitch we go through both loops like this to do our stitch. Here's the front loop, here's the back loop, and we're just going to pick up that back loop because then it leaves like a nice ridge on the bottom here, okay, because it pushes the front loop out. So we're just going to do regular half double crochets, but we're going to go in that back loop only, and we're going to do that all the way around. Okay, so just pick up that back loop and half double crochet all the way around. So when you get to the end, you'll slip stitch to the first again, and you will have 30 back loop only half double crochets. I'll meet you after this round. Okay, at the end of the round, slip stitch. And here's where we're at. So moving on to round 5, we're going to chain 1. And from round 5 through, let me think. I think it's round, hold on, let me take a look. Okay, round 5 through round 14, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to chain up 1, and then we're going to turn our work, and this is going to keep us from getting a diagonal seam. Whenever I first started making these, my seam was always like this in the background, just like going straight off to the side. So this way, if we turn our work every time, we get a seam that runs straight down the back, and it just makes for a much nicer look. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's straight compared to before I would start here and go all the way up like that. So we're going to turn our work every time after every round. So from here we are going to do 1 half double crochet, just regular half double crochet in every stitch around for round 5 through 14. And you're going to start in that very first one now, okay, where our chain is. So we do a half double crochet in every stitch around, and you'll have 30 throughout for every round. So I'll just do 5 with you to show you when we get to the end what to do. So I just want to say quickly, thank you for watching, and if you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you on my channel. I do a lot of different stitch videos and pattern tutorials. As of today, I have like 96 videos up. So after I put a couple more, I'll be this week it'll be at 100, and I'm gonna keep going from there. I have all kinds of patterns, stuffies and blanket patterns, and I don't know, just anything you could think of. But if there's anything you'd like me to make, please leave a comment below. And also with this too, if this was helpful for you, I'd love to hear about it or who you made it for, how it worked out for you. I always love to read those comments. I try to reply to every single person that comments because I appreciate you being here. So thanks for watching, and I hope you check out some of my other videos as well. I also do yarn giveaways every so often. I just did a crochet hacks and tips video recently. All right, so coming up to the end here, there's 30, and we're going to slip stitch into the very first one, very first half double crochet that we made. It's important to count your stitches every round. I can see where I'm at because I've made so many of these, but it's always important to count because you don't want to start making your cozy smaller as it's going. All right, and then we're going to chain one, and then we're going to turn our work again. And we're going to start working in that very first stitch where our chain is. And we're going to do half double crochets all the way around again. So that was round 5 that we had done, and this is 6. So go all the way through 14, and when you get to the very end, I will meet back up with you and we'll do the rest of the pattern. Okay, I finished round 14, and I also did an optional round 15, and you could choose to do this if you'd like or not. I just did a round of slip stitch at the top, and this is what it looks like. I just wanted to show you. I did it on these two. I did a slip stitch at the top. This one, I did not do a slip stitch. They don't look that different, but I feel like this is just a clean look, and it kind of brings it in a little bit to hug the top of your drink a little bit more. So if you'd like to do that, you can do that. I just did a slip stitch in every stitch all the way around for 30. Okay, so if you want to do that, go ahead and pause the video and do your slip stitch round. If not, we are going to move on to the booby part of this pattern. All right, so you're going to start with your pink, but you're going to need your other color right away too. So, okay, to start with our pink, we are going to make another magic circle. So just go around your fingers, go under, over, and then we're going to chain one. Like I said, you can speed this video up, slow it down, whatever you need. You can mute me. I always put the pattern on the screen so that you don't have to listen to me talk if you don't want to. Okay, and then inside our magic circle, we're going to do 6 single crochet. So just do 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then pull your circle closed. And we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch that we did, but you're going to start with the pink, start by slip stitching with the pink, and before you pull through, we're going to put our new color yarn on the hook. So, oops, sorry. This might be a little bit confusing. Sorry, I have to pull my pattern out because I already had one of these made, so it's not confusing, it's just a little awkward to work with when you first get started pulling the second color through. So we're just going to pull our second color through the pink loops like we would a normal slip stitch, okay? And then these strands are going to get a little bit confusing back here, but pull on the strand of the pink to tighten it up, the one that's still connected to your yarn, just to tighten that up a little bit. And you can pull on this long one as well. All right, so from here we are going to do 2 single crochet in every stitch around. So you have 6 right now, and we're going to do 2 in every stitch around so that we have 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to make sure that I'm starting in this one here. And you're just going to go straight in there and do 2 single crochet. Whoops. I swear it gets easier after this first these first couple stitches. Okay, so there's one. Oh, I pulled through the pink. I am so sorry. See, this is where it gets a little confusing. Pull through this one. And I don't want to cut those off yet because I want to pull them around with me so then I can know that they're secure and then cut them off. All right, so let's try this again. Go through that very first one and do 2 single crochet. Okay, and I'm going to pull this long pink one and this short tan one behind my next 2 stitches so that I can secure them in the back and then just cut them off, and it'll be a lot easier from there. I hope I'm not making this more confusing than it is. All right, so the next stitch we're going to do 2 single crochet again, and I'm going to just put those behind me. Put those 2 strands behind me. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut those off. You might want to pull them tight to make sure your project is tight, and then I'm just cutting those so that they're loose. Now we still have this long or this short tail for the pink because that was from the middle of the magic circle. You don't want to cut that just in case you need to pull it tight. Just leave it behind now. All right, so we have 4 stitches, so we need to do 12 total. So there's 2 single crochet in the next, and 2 in the one after that. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9, 10, and then 11, 12. I have a piece of hair here. 11 and 12. All right, so pull your pink tight if you need to. And we're not going to slip stitch anymore. We're just going to work in the round. So if you need a stitch marker to mark your first stitch, you could do that. Otherwise, you could just count with me. So from here, for the next round, we're going to go into that next stitch, and we're going to do 1 single crochet. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do 2 single crochet. So we're going to increase. And that's going to be our pattern all the way around so that we have 18 stitches at the end of this round. So that was 3. The next one we're going to do 1, which is 4. And then the next one we're going to do 2 in the same one, which is 5 and 6. Okay? So it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, gosh, this hair, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, and then we just have 2 more rounds to go, and all we're going to do for the last 2 rounds is 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So you're going to have 18, or if you want to just count 36 stitches, you could do that because we're not slip stitching in between. And so just do 18 and then 18 again, and then I will meet you back and we will sew on and be finished with our project. Okay, but we're finished with that. We're just going to tie off. So I do a slip stitch into the next stitch, and then I chain 1 and tie off. You want to leave a long tail because we're going to use that to sew this on. So just cut a long tail, and then you can pull your yarn through. Now you need to make 2 of these, so you can either rewind a little bit to rewatch, or I'm going to put up the instructions right here on the screen, so you could just pause the video and watch or look at the screen for the written instruction. You're going to do it the exact same way. I don't feel like I have to show it again. You can rewind if you need the video portion, but otherwise just go ahead and pause and do your second one, and then we'll meet back and finish off. Okay, so I've made both of mine, and I could just, or you could just cut this little pink yarn a little bit and just leave the rest in there. I mean, we're going to stuff it anyways, so make sure it's pulled tight so that everything's tight on the outside. and then you can just cut that little piece off. So from here, we're just going to sew these on, and it's pretty simple. Go ahead and thread your needle. And then just make sure that your seam is in the back and flip it over. And you can do either side first. I usually like to do the left first. And just go down about like maybe 1 row, 1.5 rows to place your piece. And I start at the bottom here and go around, but you can start in any stitch you want. And all I do is just go through the booby piece and into the back of the, or the front of the project, and I pull my yarn through, and then I go up the back and into the next stitch around the bottom here, if you can see. And I just do that all the way around. I just go in one stitch and out the other. If there's a better way to do it, you know, that you enjoy or know of that's better, please feel free. I'm not like the master of sewing things on, but this always works and is easy enough usually. I can't seem to feel that. Okay. All right, so I just go all the way around. I have this piece of hair that just keeps getting stuck in everything. Okay, so keep going in and out of your stitches. I'll come back around when I'm about here to stuff with you. Okay, so I'm back around. I have about this much left to sew up. So I'm going to start stuffing here. And if this looks a little wonky, it's okay. Once you stuff it, it'll be better. And no two boobs are the same. So not even on the same person. So it's okay if they don't look perfect. I mean, whose are perfect, right? So don't beat yourself up if it doesn't look perfect. So I just kind of stuff pretty good, or however much you want. You can, you know, some people might want to stuff a little bit more, a little less, which is your preference. And then I just finish sewing up, doing the same thing I was doing before. I hope this has been helpful. You know, I have been getting I always get super nice comments, which I really appreciate. And I appreciate constructive criticism as well. Sorry, I hope this is still on the screen. But a couple times in the past week, I've gotten some comments like, you should have done this or you should have done that. And I'm trying my best. I promise you, not everybody is at the same level of crochet. So a beginner might need a little bit more. An advanced person might be annoyed that I'm talking too much, you know, because they already know how to do it. So I'm trying my best. You can always mute me if you don't need to hear my voice. You can just follow the pattern on the screen. You can go to playback settings and change the speed if you need it sped up or if you need it slowed down. But it's really hard to accommodate everyone. So I'm doing my best is all I can say. And I do appreciate constructive criticism. So please keep that coming if, you know, if it's kind and helpful. All right, so once I get around to the beginning, there's that piece of hair again. You can just check to make sure all your stitches look okay. And then in the back, I just go through some of the stuffing here. And then I kind of go through either some of the stitches or tie a knot. You don't have to do this. It should be secure enough if you just go through the stuffing, but I like to make sure that it's really in there good. And then you can just go through the stuffing again, pull out the other side, and then just cut that piece off. And then you're going to sew up the other side the exact same. Just kind of try to get it so that it's a little bit even, you know, at least as much as you can, even with the other one. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's are perfect. And watch like how you do the middle part, because if you do it too far apart, once you stuff it, it will like pull like this. But if you do it right together, unless you want it right together, then they'll be like right on top of each other like that. So just make sure that you're kind of checking your stitching. I usually do like one stitch apart in the middle. So I'm going to do mine separate and then come back and we'll be finished. All right, so I'm just finishing up crochet or sewing in the back here of the last one. If I wanted to say, if you make this, I am on Instagram and TikTok at Creations Misfit. I would love to see your finished product, or project, so you can tag me there or send me a DM on Instagram and show me your project if you'd like. And like I said, comment below like who you made it for, what kind of yarn you used, what colors, how it worked out for you. I really do appreciate all of that. And thank you everybody for being here. I hope you check out some of my other videos. And yeah, I hope you have a really great day. So here's the finished one and the other two colors. And you're all set. So thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I hope that it worked really well for you. So I will see you in the next one.